All right, so now we're going to go over the Edulastic practice on reflections. So this is the first question that you got on that practice page. So it says, look at the shape and which image shows a reflection. So remember, the definition of a reflection is that your image is flipped. So the size is the same, the shape is the same. You're just flipping or, turning your image over to, over through the line of reflection. So if I take a look at this, I want to make sure that my image is flipped. It shouldn't be in the same kind of orientation. So if I take a look at the first one here, this is not a reflection because all it looks like it did is it shifted or it translated my image down. All right, when you take a look at B, B is not a reflection either because your image looks like it was turned around. All right, C is our answer. C is a reflection. It looks like it was reflected downward. All right, so let's take a look at the next question. All right, so it says the square is flipped across the line L. Which of the following shows the new position on the square? So if we take a look at the first one here, we notice, do you see it's kind of hard to see, it's really light, but that square is not even, it looks like it's flipped from this line right here, not line L. So you see part of that square here, part of that square here. So it is not A. All right, let's take a look at B. Now B looks like, remember this line of reflection, my image should be the same distance away or equidistant from the line of reflection. I look to see here, that's 1 unit away, my new shape 1 unit away. So B is going to be my answer choice. If you take a look at C, it's not C because when you look at your square, it doesn't even cross that line of reflection. Same with L, the full image is not crossing the line of reflection. All right, so B is going to be your choice. All right, now let's take a look at this one. Figure 1 can be transformed to create figure 2 by using a single transformation. So we want to figure out, okay, what did they do? So I look at the images. It's not in the same orientation, so it's not a translation because the translation would be sliding, sliding around your coordinate plane. It's not a rotation, so my image doesn't look like it was turned. It is reflected, and it was reflected along this y-axis here. So it was a reflection, okay? All right, so number 3, reflection. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is similar to the other question that we just went over. It says the square is reflected across the line L. Which of the following shows a new position? So remember, when you're reflecting an image, you want to make sure it's on the opposite or the other side of the line of reflection. So we don't want it to cross over. Now, if you look at the square here, it is right on the line of reflection. So when I look at my reflected image, it should also be right on the line of reflection. So look. See how this square is right on the other side? So this is going to be your answer choice. Here it was reflected downward. So you see how it doesn't cross the line of reflection? It's not B. All right, let's take a look at C. Same thing. Looks like it was translated up, not C. And then D looks like it was translated to the left, right? So it's not that one. So A is going to be your best choice. It was flipped along that line of reflection. So if you think about it like patty paper, we folded it over to the other side. Okay. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Similar to the first question, look at the shape. Which one shows a reflection? So we don't want to see the image turned. We don't want to see the same orientation. So I'm going to go through and see if are there any ones that look like it's the same orientation. So let's see here. C. C looks like it's the same orientation, so it's not going to be C. All right, let's see. Here, it looks like A, it was turned, so that would be a rotation. We're not looking for a rotation, we're looking for a reflection. Reflection means that it would be flipped, so B. Okay, so it looks like the line of reflection is right here, and it looks like they folded that image downward. All right, next question. So some of you guys had a little bit of trouble here. It says draw the reflection of the figure over the x-axis. So here's my x-axis right here. So what I want is I want to make sure that my image is reflected along the x-axis. So I'm going to get my tool here. Now, we talked about reflection before, and we said that all of the points are equidistant from the line of reflection, meaning they're the same distance away from the line of reflection. So look, B and D are both 1 unit away. So I'm going to start here and then here, right? So notice this is 1 unit away. This is going to be D prime. That's 1 unit away. Here's B, 1 unit away. B prime, 1 unit away. All right, now this coordinate here, that's A. I know the letters are kind of hard to see, but that's 1, 2, 3 units away. So then A prime is going to be 1, 2, 3 units away. And then C, 1, 2, 3 units away. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 units away here. All right, so your image kind of ends up a little funny there. Let me kind of see if I can. Let me try this again. So I have A, B, C, and then D. There we go. All right, it's kind of tricky the way the tool works in Edulastic. What I was really looking for is, were you able to kind of graph all these points? All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so draw the reflection of the following figure over the y-axis. So now we're going to reflect it over the y-axis. And it looks like the trick is you want to try to go, in order of those lines. So y-axis, how many units away is this point here? Well, it's 1, 2 units away, same with B. And then this one here is going to be 5 units away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're going to start. I believe this is A, B, and then here is C, and then D. Okay, so I'm going to start with A. A is 2 units away. Remember, we're reflecting across the y-axis. So I'm going to go 2 in the other direction. And then B, right, is also 2 units away. And then C here is 5 units away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then D here is 5 units away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go 5 in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I ended up with the same kind of problem here. Let's see if we can get this right again. So we're going to go here, 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 and then here. There we go. Oops, nope, here. Let me try this again. Sometimes these tools are kind of tricky. Here, here, and then there we go. All right, perfectly reflected along the y-axis. 2 units away our original image, 2 units away our new reflected image. Okay. All right, next question. So this one, it says draw the line of reflection. So I have my 2 images already, and I want to figure out where did they reflect it? Where was my image folded? Now, I'm assuming this one is my original image, and I say that because if you look at the letters here, they start with A, B, C, right? So this would be my pre-image, and then this is my translated image. So if you look, how far apart are they? Well, they're 2 units apart. So that means that when I draw my line of reflection, I want to be in the middle of those 2 units. So the middle of those 2 units would be right here. You can kind of drag those. Doesn't really matter where those are, but that's my line of reflection. So if you look here, F is 1 unit away from the line of reflection, and then so is I here. Right? So your image is perfectly in the middle of that line of reflection. Okay, next question. All right, so here's the last one, very similar. You want to draw that line of reflection. I'm going to say this one is the pre-image, and I say that again because we have our alphabet, right? It goes in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D. And then this is our reflected image, our final image here. So we have, and again, something to note, they don't always use like A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Sometimes they'll go ahead and add more letters, right? So H and A, those are, corresponding points. B and G are going to be corresponding. C and F are corresponding, and D and E are corresponding. So the way I draw my line of reflection is I look, okay, how many units away are these 2 from each other? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I want is I want in the middle. Okay, so half of 4 is 2. So I'm going to go from one coordinate, I'm going to go 2 units in. Here we go. Now, it needs to be vertical, right? So here, my line of reflection is this kind of greenish line. 1, 2 units away, 1-2 units away. There you go. All right, so there's kind of an overview of reflection problems that you might see. If you would like to try the practice again, go ahead and let me know, and I can go ahead and redirect you so you can start it or practice it again. Thank you.